Hey, y'all, what's up? I sit here look like yesterday when I took a bath because my son has a URI. For those who don't know what a URI is, it's an upper respiratory infection. I've been dealing with my son's health for the past 10 years, and I literally can take the MCATs tomorrow and pass and become a doctor. Because even like when he has something real bad, like when he had RSV or COVID or strep, they would ask me like everything I've done, and then the nurses and doctors always look impressed, and then even the patients are like, I ain't tried that. But I come like, last minute because I'm like, yeah, if it's or they'll tell me, they'll either give him something or they'll be like, well, we can't do anything, continue to do what you're doing what we would have told you to do. Post-nasal drip sucks to change the weather. Anyways, NxT tonight was awesome. Last night with Raw, I'm trying to think. Raw was good. NxT tonight probably beat Raw, in my opinion. First of all, before they was going to do a Halloween Havoc review, Tatum came out with that casket looked like it's something from Dracula days. That thing looked big as hell. And it's basically like an ambulance or a dumpster match where whoever puts the other person, in a casket first and closes it wins. And then she looks like a twisted version of Alice in Wonderland. And then Wendy came out and she was Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas. And she came out with a whole bed. And I'm like, my thought was, who bought the bed? Who helped her roll it out? And how much overhead does WWE spend on tables, regular tables, announcement tables, chairs, ladders, kendo sticks, and this bed? Like, that is crazy. Also, so that started. They looked great. For me, it was, sorry. For me, and also like World Series is on, so I'm getting updates about that. I didn't know that New York Yankees hadn't won a game at all. Like, get all the way to the World Series to not even win one game is crazy. I'm going off on a tangent. But honestly, I'm not surprised. They just need to win one to stay in the series. But I'm not a Yankees fan. Like, if I had to pick a New York team, I would pick the Mets. I grew up in the DC area. I grew up like in Cal Ripken Jr. and the Orioles. And then you remember the whole thing with like Sammy Sosa and what's homeboy name? Mark McGrath. Not McGrath. That's the singer. Mark McGuire. And all that between the home run situation. And then, of course, I'm a Griffey girl. Like, I love shoes, so had the Griffies and all that. But I grew up like an Orioles and the Braves. Nationals ain't come about until I got to college. So, and I was never a Yankees fan. Sorry to that. Anyways, I love the fact that the women started the show. And this is what I mean when I say, when you have the first match and the last match could have been PLEs. When you open with a banger, when you have a match that's like that, like just like with the triple threat tag team match when they had with like DIY, the Bloodline, and Street Profits and the Blood and DIY, you need to open with that or close with it. Because to me, the opening match and the closing matches are the most important matches, and they seem like they get the most time. The matches in between get whatever's left. Because even if you have a match, you got to cut it short because, okay, we be like, we starting this match at 9:40. The show ends at 10 o'clock. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, but y'all know I'm here for the girls. I was very, very like, the looks was good. Whoever did Wendy's face for Sally, okay, y'all did that, okay. Also, I'm trying to think of all the matches. Also, like, it was just awesome. Vic had asked, Booker T, like, would he do that? And he was like, no, he claustrophobic. First of all, I would do a dumpster match. Okay? And I don't like being dirty. I don't like sticky. I don't like, I would even do an ambulance match. I'm not doing no casket match. I don't care. Not only claustrophobia, I heard it was comfortable, but you ain't gonna know you dead. Like, the only time I want to be in a box is if God be like, all right, your time is up and it's time for me to go home. Okay, to be with the Lord. But other than that, I'm not trying to be in no casket. No, and not at all. Like, give me any match in the world. And for them to be the first woman to do it and the second group of people to do it in NXT is such a historic thing. So then one point in the match, I think, I came back from commercial. My son, I went to go check on my son. Came back from commercial. This match should have been picture in a picture, too. I was mad about that. Came back. Half of it was bleeped out because everybody, holy. I think Tatum went through a dollhouse. I said, when the hell they get a dollhouse? Like, I ain't see that in the ring at all. Okay, then she did some reverse knee jump. Forgot the name of the move. That thing was awesome. Okay, then they both ended up in the casket. And Wendy got up smiling like she was about to win. And then Tatum popped up and had this smile and this look. I said, she crazy as hell. I've been telling y'all. She crazy as hell. She a different kind of crazy, though. Like, if they needed somebody else for the Wyatt 6, do they got 6 right now? Dexter, Bray, Homeboy. They got 5. If they need somebody else for the Y6, Tatum need to be in the Y6 if Alexa Bliss don't come back no time soon. And that's even if she wants to be a part of that. I don't even know. With the stories and stuff like going, I wouldn't even know where to put her. Honestly, I know that they would do a good job of doing that, but for me, it'd be like, oh no. Low key, I was going to say have a better chance of fitting Charlotte into a storyline versus Alexa into a storyline. But then my brain is like, when Shotzi comes back, if Shotzi comes back, and if Carmella comes back, where would they fit into the whole situation? I don't know. But and she popped up and looked, and I said, this is why I need Tatum versus Nikki Cross, because both of them crazy as hell. It's a different type of crazy with them two. Like, Wendy Cho is more like boogeyman's crazy, like she a little scary. But Tatum crazy, okay? The persona she plays gives crazy. And the only woman I know to match that is Nikki Cross. I don't know if they ever met each other in the ring or wrestled each other in the ring. If they have, I need to go find it. If not, they need to do it. Okay? She popped up. Then she threw Wendy through the bed. And the mattress was out sideways. That's another reason why I was looking like, oh, this is a real bed with a mattress. And then somehow she ended up getting her back, and Tatum ended up winning the match, which I assumed she was going to win. So then after that, they had Lexis King and, god dang, what's his name? They did a promo with, they did a promo with Trick. Trick came out with overalls on, one strap. Time he got to the ring, the strap was pulled down. I'm like, what the hell? He called out Bubba. I don't know. I put in between Bubba / Bully, like I said, because And TNA, he's Bully Ray. And WWE, he's Bubba Ray. But on his Twitter, he's Bully Ray. So I was like, is his song the same in TNA and WWE? Or he got two different songs? Because WWE be taking, like, you, not unless you copyright your own name, they copyright your name. If you make or do anything with that name or associated with it, I think it's a big percentage they take out, just like with WeTV. So I'm like, is it the same thing? So he comes out. He basically told Trick that the reason why you ain't had nobody come out to help you is because the person that come help you is because you are the NXT champion. Meaning basically you got it. You by yourself. And that puts a target on your back. Everybody wants the championship. So of course you ain't gonna have nobody else to help you. That was not what I thought. My thought was, you ain't got no one to help you because your allies are gone. Your frenemy Mello was on SmackDown. Dragunov was injured, but he's on Raw. Like, them the only people. And Jevon. But Jevon's been with Ced, and he got a match later on at night. So, them the only, like, 3 people that I know that might help you. I don't know where Shantae is. Got girl problems. So, yeah, so, he says what he says, and Trick was like, well, since we doing that 2,300, I want you to be my tag team partner. And I was like, we knew it. Bub was like, no. He was like, my thing wasn't about you. It was about Ridge. Basically, Ridge being disrespectful. He was disrespectful towards him and Dave during the pre-show. He was disrespectful during the intermission. And he was disrespectful to him, like, at the end. Like, so I had to come. It's like the principle of the thing. So he walked up. Okay. Before that, he was like, you got me riled up, like you want me to come and do old school, the camouflage, and then put on the glasses and tell you, Trick, get the tables and stuff like that, to the extreme. And it was like, yeah, he was like, no, and now my thought was, what's so crazy about the late 80s? No, I won't even say late 80s. I'll say real early 90s to the 2000s, is that some of the stuff that they did back in the day that was on regular TV on like a Tuesday night or, Thursday night, because that's when SmackDown used to be on WB. Thursday night or on Raw or something like that on a Monday night. Some of that extreme stuff was something that we would see nowadays on the PLE, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, certain stuff that people have to pay to get subscriptions for Peacock to see once a month is stuff that we used to see for free on regular TV or if you had cable. Like, that's what it is. It's kind of like me being from where I'm from. It's normal to have an apartment and you go inside, and it's elevated inside going up to your floor, whatever. And then on the first floor or on the basement floor, it's a convenience store. It's a cleaners. It's a grocery store. It links to where you live at. That's normal where I live at. Down here, it's considered a luxury, which was weird to me. I was like, because every apartment down here, the steps are outside. When you move in and stuff, you got to be outside in whatever the weather is, hot, cold, whatever, to get to your apartment and they have like breezeways versus you going into a building and stuff like that. And that's to me, it's still baffling. People paying an extra $1,500 for something that they could just go 4 hours away and live at and pay less rent for the same amenities, since the rent has been the same in both here and there since 2021. But that's what it's kind of like. So when he was like, You used to get tape and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's crazy because we had to wait for like TLC match. Like PLEs, they would do it even more extreme during the Attitude Era and stuff like that. But it wasn't uncommon every show for someone to get put through a table or something like that. Like certain stuff that they do. So for the people that don't know or haven't seen it in a while, we was thinking, oh my God. But if you look at some of the matches from ECW, from like Monday Night Nitro or Raw or something like that, you be like, y'all were allowed to see it. It's some random video came across my thing today when Stone Cold was the general manager and he was talking to Ric Flair and Hurricane came out and he had a match. And Stone Cold gonna say right here, right now, he wouldn't let Rick change. He's like, ding, ding. And this on a Monday night. Monday night now, USA. Generation got soft. That's the only thing about that people would say. Them two wrestling. And in the middle of the match, Rick, you can see all of Rick's behind. Okay? And then JR and Jerry was commentating from the top of the entranceway, which was weird. Like, why weren't y'all in the corner where y'all normally be? I don't even remember that part. I don't know if it was no, they had a then. I don't know why they were right there. I don't know. I remember they used to be right there for a while. Then they moved to the back, but I forgot. I don't remember why. And like that was normal. They ain't blanket out or nothing. This was on a Monday night, normal Monday night. And he pulled his pants up and he ended up winning the match. And then Triple H came out with the bandage. And, like, thank Rick or whatever. Had to hold Rick back like, all right, you won. And then Pedigree Hurricane. And they held up his world championship because Rick was basically trying to tell Stone Cold that you might be the general manager. And who was the general manager of SmackDown? I forgot who he said the general manager of SmackDown was at the time. But he was like, Triple H owns Raw because he's the world champion. Like, he called the shots. So, but like stuff like that now, couldn't even pass now on TV. They blank out when they cuss or even sound like they cussing. Now unless it's in another language and you don't know. Like if we was to have a SmackDown or Raw in French and they cussing in French, they might, not unless they ask a local person like what this is, they might blank it out. But low-key, French television is different. Like, they have commercials. They be totally naked in some of their commercials. So I don't know. But like, it's different. So after that, he walks off. And then they have Lexis King. I like him. Didn't they go on the phone with Tony D'Angelo and the family? Adriana. Was talking about how she had some business to take care of. And they get on the phone. It's like, her brother was like, you coming to Philly and you ain't tell me you was coming to Philly? Like, you the North American Championship. I had to find out on the street, like, what's going on. My thought was the Brooklyn Brawler. Vic and Booker T said it was somebody else. But that's the only person in my brain. I know I'm wrong. But that's exactly where my brain went. And then after that, they had Kelani talking to Ava about her title. No, they showed Ava. Ava's cute, and that purple outfit was cute. And she was like, basically that would make a good tag team. And I was like, who is she? I thought she was talking to herself. So they zoomed out and they showed RVD. And I said, oh yeah, I forgot he was in ECW. I don't even know how I forgot. I don't even know. I remember the highlights of watching him on ECW when he came to WWE. And then I'm just waiting for the return of Paul. For real. You can't be at 2300 without having Paul. So he was like, I want to be part of it, this, that, and third. My thing is this though. I thought he had a little mini contract with AEW, or did he just make an appearance? Because I was confused by him being there William Regal, I was like, I thought he was part of AEW too. Someone was like, his contract ended last year. And then I think he did a little bit of backstage stuff and he came over. And I was like, well, it could have been last year because the year went by fast as hell. But I was like, so the legends now could just shift back and forth. I'm not like, I'm just wondering because that's new. Like back in the day, I don't think you could do that. Or if you did it, you got to do it real quiet. Because, or we didn't know about it because of social media. Like, WWE, I feel like the contract obligations were way more strict then. You know what I'm saying? Way more strict. Which to me, low-key, I get it for business, but at the same time, it's like retarded. Because I'm like, if I make a bunch of friends here and we're like family, and then around draft time, certain people that I'm real close to get let go and go somewhere else, you tell me my contract, I can't have a conversation with them, or on our off days we can't hang out and I can't post like my day or my weekend photos and they can't be in it or tagged in it. Like, that's crazy to me. That's crazy as hell to me. I'm not in all that WWE teams up with TNA. I was more so in all that WWE allowed superstars to wrestle at GCW, like during WrestleMania week last year. I was more shocked at that. But I ain't mad at it though. Speaking of, they was talking about, a couple things. They was talking about, my hand is itching still. Where is this money coming? They was talking about how the developmental is undergoing a new situation. My mind thought, because they was like, they were going to take like Seth Rollins, Bold and Brave. I wonder if he got that name from an old Batman like cartoon. Then the Nightmare Factory, Cody, and then what was it, Knox Pro? I think that's Rikishi's, and Reality of Wrestling, which is Booker T's, and something else, Elite something. I was like, so I was just naming other people. Like Dexter got one, Natty has the dungeon, and then what I said, famous World Wrestling or something like that in Las Vegas, where like Trick Williams and Solo wrestled for a little bit. Like those, they're training people up there and come back. So I'm like, is it like the 2000s when they would sign you to WWE and before you came to Florida, they would have you at OVW, Ohio Valley Wrestling, or have you in Memphis or like Jerry Lawler's thing and stuff like that to train you before you came to Florida? And so they're going to have like various spots around, because like Seps is like, Knox Pro is in California outside of LA. Then you got Booker T's in Houston, I think. Seth's in Idaho. And Cody's in Atlanta. So you literally hitting all four corners of the country, north, south, east, west. You ain't really got nothing smack dab in the middle. But that's going to be a lot of people coming in. The other question is, are y'all going to have like mini programming for that? Because how many people, or is it like Florida and North Carolina with the colleges? I used to work for community colleges or small colleges, that if you graduated from like this college, like, okay, so in Florida, when I lived in Castleberry, Winter Springs, if you went to Seminole College or Valencia College, once you graduated with your associates, you automatically got entry into UCF, University of Central Florida. Here in North Carolina, if you go to Wake Tech, depending on what your program is, you automatically get acceptance like North Carolina A&T or North Carolina State or stuff like that. So is it like that with the wrestling things? So like once you pass the Nightmare Factory or Reality of Wrestling, or like Bold and Brave with Seth or Knox Pro or whatever, do you automatically get a signed contract for NXT? Like, what's the stipulations? Because I read it, the 2 paragraphs, like, it's basically like them bringing back the old thing. but I had questions. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. And then, also, Raw yesterday. So now we're at 2 hours, but we have various videos on social media. I need to know, I guess to make up for the 3rd hour, I need to know, is this going to be a weekly thing that we going to get bits and snippets after the show airs to make up for like the hour or something like that? Or is this just a one-time thing? You see what I'm saying? Like they showed, I think Kathy Kelly. Was it Kathy Kelly? Or was it Jackie? I think it was Kathy Kelly. She was talking to the Stormians duo about the title thing next Friday. I think it's Friday. It would be bomb if it was Saturday, but I think it's Friday. And they were talking and about the 4-way match. And then Liv and Raquel come out. And I think I call them crazy and cool. And they talking about some Liv talking about some after she beats Nia at Crown Jewel, her and Raquel gonna come for them tag titles. And Bianca was like, if you can get past Nia, I was like, okay. Because you real brave and talking a whole bunch. And if you lose, you just all talk, okay? I know it's good to be confident, but most of the time, the people that be like, rah, 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 I can fight, can't fight for real. So, I'm not saying she can't, but I'm saying against their opponent, not unless they, a lot of them can't. Because the people that know how to fight, they just, but that happened. And then the situation with something else that happened. But then the situation with Mills was talking to the New Day about have they seen Bo Dallas. He's trying to see Bo Dallas. And somebody was like, why would you want to, why? And no, they haven't seen him. He was like, you ain't trying to call. He's like, Bo Dallas is not someone he got to find you or you got to find him or whatever. So while Miz was walking, he got kidnapped by Bo, I think, in his bus. I'm crying because of the way that he was kidnapped behind him. Like, in the background, while Kofi and Woods was talking, and Kofi was basically saying that you're the quarterback, but you don't know how to run the plays, or whatever. They lost. So, they got into it. What's the name was like, you could still ride, you still want to ride? Kofi's like, no, I'll find my own ride. And I said, ooh, not y'all riding separately. I said, okay, now we getting for real now. Because I said, first of all, look on their faces when I'm conversing. And then him going to get his own ride. Okay. Most of the time you build a bond with the person or the people that you're in a faction or a tag team with. Whether they throw y'all together or you just become one. And most of the time they ride together. Or if you don't ride together, you ride with someone else. Like if you're married to someone in the business and you ride with them, you might still ride together because I think Dawkins rides with Bianca Montez. But, like y'all still have y'all own thing. Like y'all might not ride together, but y'all might meet each other at the gym or y'all might meet each other like to eat somewhere or something like that. Like y'all still close. So for them not that, I was like, oh, okay, so we slowly unwrapping. We slowly peeling back the layers. So then after that, Scarlett goes like, Karen is drawing a video. He's back at the hotel. I'm like, he got to that hotel quick as hell, didn't he? And then it was showing that Scarlett was like, the Miz got kidnapped. He showed us his drawing, which was a real good drawing. And it's like the third or fourth time I heard her talk. The first time I heard her talk, I was in shock. Because it seemed like she ain't know how to talk. Not saying it like that, but I ain't never heard her talk. So when the first time I heard her talk, I think it was last year, they was in Saudi. And I was watching YouTube or WWE, like them doing, I think, going to a theme park or something. And she was on a ride and she was talking. And I said, I did not picture her voice to sound like that. But she was talking and telling him how Mills was kidnapped. And she was like, how long ago? He was like 10 minutes. He said, or 20 minutes. He was like, oh, well, he dead. He was like, they got him. So, she was like, no, we got to go get him. We got to go get him. He's like, all right. Like, I don't want to, but I'll go. So then the next day, I think he saw the bit with Kofi and, no, he saw the thing with American Made. Chad replying to like Otis's shirt, like basically take accountability. How much are you going to drag me to your situation? Because it said Free Otis on his shirt. So Kane was like, y'all feel like y'all can't fix this? Y'all need to fix this. And then he was like, y'all, it could have been reconciled if it wasn't for the 6 crackheads that came and displayed. And I said, first of all, not you being the voice of reason, okay? Second of all, I was like, come together and be what? American Maid's Alpha Academy? So AMAA? And I was like, and then not calling the Wyatt 6 crackheads. Like, Twitter is the best thing that has happened with WWE, okay? It's the best thing that's happened in the past year to me because, like, you get Treads and stuff like that, but Treads is not, to me, it's not as fun as Twitter. First, you can't hashtag a lot of things at once. And second of all, certain people that you follow on Twitter, you might also follow on, is it Threads? Am I saying it right? Threads. Is it TH or TR? Whichever one it is. What they put on Threads is more PC. I feel like they might put the same thing, like every once in a while they might put the same thing on both. But people in general, not just the WWE superstars, are more unhinged on Twitter. And the entertainment for me on Twitter in WWE started with Drew McIntyre. He was a start, okay? And then Karrion's been on there. I follow him. I follow a couple people, but like him starting like the heel rants and stuff had me crying. And then the Liv and Rhea thing's been on a couple times. Jay has made a couple comments. Karrion's been on there a lot more. And Woods has been on there to try to justify his actions lately. But Dom's been on there a couple times too, but not too much. But yeah. So I'm loving that. And then so then after that it was going back to NXT. It was William Regal at the ringside of Lexis King. I still can't remember the homeboy name. He fought for the Heritage Cup. My thing was, I must have skipped the NXT or two. Because when did he lose the Heritage Cup? And then thing where he severely injured his knee or his leg. I said, he better than me because the way my knee be hurting sometimes, I got to get the cyst cut out of my knee. Once I get it cut out and do the PTS, be fine. But I would have quit. Well, it had to be an adrenaline. And then he goes and says, I'm not my father. So I'm like, I had to skip some weeks because what was his father like that he's not like, first of all, like as far as a wrestler? Second of all, you could say that all you want to. You are his doppelganger, okay? When he first came about last year with the whole incident with like Carmelo and Trick, and he was on NxT, I know he's been on like Ring of Honor, stuff like that before that. But when I think Booker T said something about like his father is a like wrestling legend and stuff like that. And I had to look him up. When I say look for look, every feature looks like his dad. All his mama did was harvest him in the womb and feed him to make sure he grows. She had no parts of that conception. Cause that is eerie. It's eerie. Like and my mom is like my mom is like that with my grandma. Like my grandma passed when my mom was 1.5 years due to cancer back in the day. You know, in the 60s, it was very much still segregated. So she couldn't get the treatment that she needed. But when we look at old photos, is the first time I saw it, it was eerie to me. And my brother started crying because he was little. Because he thought that my mom went to a birthday party and didn't invite him. And she had to explain to him that she wasn't born yet. And he was like, yes, you are. You're right here. And my mom was like, that is your grandma. It was like eerie. But they ended up, I thought Lex ended up getting the first pin, but he didn't. So then the second time the countdown started, he just missed it. Like he super kicked him. And then it started over. So then the third time, like William pulled out the bucket and pail. And so like that homeboy went to his side. The whole group was with him. I was like, dang, you got a whole entourage. Game all that stuff. And then what did he say? Yeah, he gave him all that stuff, and then Lex fought as hard as he could. All he kept saying was like, I'm not my father. Like, you can give up. And it was like, you're not his father. And so during the commercial break that they put him on a new knee brace and was sitting him up the ramp, and he took it off and came back. I was like, okay. And he ended up losing, but he fought the good fight. I say after this, though, Lex, don't even try to prove yourself no more to nobody. If they feel like that's not what you are, then just let them think that. Because you've been trying to prove to yourself and others that you aren't a certain way. And you won matches fair and square. And it's still not good enough for them people. Like, leave them alone. Go find some other friends. That's what I would tell my son. Go find you some other friends that are encouraging and believe what you say. Because the people that you hanging with, that's exactly what I would tell them. The people that you hang with and keep telling you, oh, there's nothing, you can't do this without this, and then you prove them wrong and they try to add more obstacles, they are not for you. Okay? Go ahead. So then after that, Zaria. Yeah, I was talking about RVD before that. RVD had said something. Then Kelani was talking about how she needed a rematch against Fallon, and then Nikita was in the background. Was like, I don't know if Kelani has the rematch clause or not. But she was like, you're not the only person that wants that title. You got to get the back in line, whatever. And Kelani was like, okay, well, we could fight. I could fight you or whatever. So then, and shout out to the dude that was dressed in the audience as Big Worm. Okay? If you know, you know. If you don't know, Smokey, where's my money? If you don't know, I suggest you go watch a movie called Friday with Ice Cube and Chris Tucker. I think he had a sign that said, hello, Miss Parker, which was the icing on the cake. Because they got a character in the movie of Miss Parker. And they got Jada, the wrestler there, Jada Parker. That was cute. Saw that together. So then... Oh, yeah. So then, so Zaria has her match against Brinley. Brinley ends up something about her wrist going out and then going in, and then Zaria ends up winning. It was longer than I thought. Because when I first saw it, I rolled my eyes, was like, this is going to be a squash match. And I was like, some people love it. I don't necessarily love them. Especially when it's somebody from like NXT or something like that, or another major promo. And we're trying to prove to the audience here what they're capable of. I hate it when it's like that. Like when they had the one for Braun Breaker on Raw, I was like, why are we having squash matches for this man and we know what he's capable of? If not, everybody got a phone nowadays. Go YouTube his NXT matches. Like, I was not understanding. It'd have been better off, and I was also mad because I was like, it'd have been better off for them to use that segue to have him do his little talking thing, his introduction, like how Andrade and Shinsuke and them do. And then while he's talking in the background, they show clips of him winning like matches versus him having them 2 irrelevant squash matches. I'm like, because I was like, what are we doing? Like, I didn't like it. So after Zaria comes up, she's done. Fatal Influence comes out and is like, oh, something weird are here to, like, Zaria, I'm talking to you. We saw you as such and such. We're here to introduce you to NXT. So then Cora and Roxanne come out. I forgot what they call themselves. Pretty Evil. Is that their name? Pretty Evil? Or something like that. And they come out and want to introduce themselves too. So then Kelani comes out to help. So they was like, Roxanne was like, okay, 2 versus 5. So then Stephanie, Valkyrie, and Juliana come out. So they was like, okay, 4 versus 5. As soon as you hear, whoop, do-do-do-do, the way I screamed. And I just said in a match, I just said in the video the other day, like, I would not scream if I saw somebody in person. But I think it's because the excitement, and I was caught off guard. Because I don't read the vlogs. I don't believe half the stuff that shows up on my Twitter feed. Oh, we heard that this is a source told us that, because I like to preserve the fan in me. I don't want to be introduced to spoilers because that takes the fun out for me. For me, if I feel like, if I'm going to know all of that, I might as well not watch. Like, it'll be still interesting to see how he or she comes out, if they're leaving or coming to the company or in the PLE or something like that. But I don't want to know. So I know she lost the belt. And I saw on my thing that she might be coming, but I didn't know she was, you know what I'm saying? So when her music playing, she came out, and then they showed, they was beating the girls up, the girlies up. So I was like, we need this match for next week. They start fighting, and then Zaria and Jordan, I think, end up tossing Roxanne overboard and hitting the girls. And all of them were over the thing, like, yeah, come get some. So then later on during the promo, I feel like I'm missing a match. Oh, no, I didn't. So later on in the promo, they were showing the 5 girls there. And they were Rhea came up and was like, oh, you're in good hands, you with these girls, whatever. And I said, I knew she was going to come out and talk to her eventually. I didn't know if it was going to be today or not. Then also, that 5-on-5 reminded me of the match in TNA last year when it was like Trinity, Jordan, Deanna, Pizarro, how do I say her name? I don't know her last name, and then like 2 other girls. I forgot who the 2 other girls were. It was a 5-on-5 there in TNA. And I was like, that's exactly where my mind went when I saw that. Because I don't know, it's because Jordan was there or what. Or that's the last time I saw a 5-on-5, women's match. I think that's the last time I saw a 5-on-5 women's match. So that's probably why my mind went there. And then I also noticed when they showed Kelani standing, I said, dang, she got messed up on Saturday. I said, the thing about being light-skinned, okay, is when you get bruised or battered any type of way, it shows up and it looks bad. And this is someone coming from, experience. Because I was like, I done got a bruise on my thigh working out. I'm trying to figure out how. And it's clearing up now. But it was real bad. It was bigger than this. So, it was bigger than that. And it was darker than that. So I was like, one thing about being my color or lighter is when you bruise, you see all of it. You see the bruise on both sides of her arms. Okay? So then she had her match against Nikita Lyons. Nikita was giving Mulan. She thick, okay? And people try to be mad because they was like, that little story with her and Uma for me. And then, like I said, people were like, y'all know Nikita got one of her ancestors, like her grandma or something like that, is black. And then I was like, oh, we know, okay? We know somebody in her family got some color in them. First of all, from her features. Second of all, from her curves. Second of all, and then they was like, just like Ronda Rousey's great-grandfather is black. And I said, oh, we know too, from her facial features. Okay? You ain't got, and then also, even if that were not the case, and it's 2024, like, they don't have to be part black for, them to have a storyline on one hand, but on the other hand, I know people are going to be mad because they're going to be like, it's basically colonization situation, the woke people. To me, if it's a good enough story, it doesn't matter. To me, it doesn't matter. If the story is good enough and it's not racial or sexist, like misogynistic in any type of way, I'm here for the stories. Okay? Because I don't think y'all ain't say nothing when Mandy was portraying herself as the, trying to be the side chick to Jimmy when he married to Naomi. Like, nobody, I don't think, cared from the clip. I don't know. I wasn't watching it. I was just watching, like, clips and stuff. But I'm like, I don't know. Maybe it's because he African. I don't know. Ooh. And then, so Nikita does her little nunchuck thing or whatever. And she did all that talking trash. Yeah. Kelani positioned herself like she was about to do what was it called? Double back spring twist, some type of flip in gymnastics. And she did on Nikita. And I said, I wonder if her and Tiffany have ever been in the ring together. And if they have, I need to go look that up. And if they haven't, they need to. I want to see gymnast versus gymnast. Like, we've seen dancer versus gymnast, which is one of my favorites. So that's Tiffany versus Naomi. Because to me, they're similar. So like a dancer, a gymnast, and a cheerleader to me are similar. Some movesets are different. Some movesets are more loose. Some are stiffer. And I'm just talking about in the press. I'm not even talking about wrestling. Like a cheerleader is more matter of fact stiff versus a gymnast can be a little bit more loose, and a dancer is like the loosest, but like the flexibility and stuff is all the same. So like Kelani versus Tiffany would be gymnast versus gymnast, which I'll be here for. And then like Naomi versus Tiffany we've gotten, which eats all us every time, and it's one of my favorite matches, is gymnast versus dancer. But I wouldn't mind a cheerleader versus a gymnast, because I'm pretty sure we had a dancer versus cheerleader with Naomi versus, I think, Carmella, I want to say. So if we get like, I don't know who else has been a cheerleader outside of Bianca, but she stopped doing that and focused more so on track. But if we can get like an old cheerleader, like a Carmella type, or Carmella and herself versus like a Tiffany cheerleader versus a gymnast, that'd be a good matchup too. Okay. She ended up winning, and then homegirl from the family came out and was beating. And Kelani was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa! Like, what's the deal? What's going on? What are we doing?" She was like, "I'm here to like jump on Nikita," and she just let her like threw her off and let her, and they fought off on the ring. And I was like, "What's the beef though?" Because I didn't watch the week before. Did I watch the week before? I reevaluate my life because I don't think I watched last Tuesday. No, I did watch last, because I remember I said I watched it, but I don't remember if I watched the whole thing. So I watched last Tuesday, but I don't think I watched the Tuesday before last. So if that happened, it would be 2 weeks ago, I'm at a total loss. Okay. Total loss. So then after that, the main event happened, which I am here for. So we have FrAxiom versus OG the young OG. Is his name the young OG, or is he combining him with Ced? So FrAxiom comes out. Their music together reminds me of something like Transformers / Power Rangers from the 90s, which fit in because they're flipping, they do the acrobatics and all that other stuff. Then Ced and Jevon come out. Oh, speaking of Trick, when Trick took pulled down the shoulder thing, I said that man only got 2 shirts. Okay, I believe he only got 2 shirts. I think he got them 2 turtlenecks, that tan one and that white one he wore when they was in. Where was they at? What was they at? They was in was it Pittsburgh? Or was it Philly? They was in Philly for Raw, I think. Other than that, I don't believe he owned no shirts. Like even if he wears something on the top half of him, it's open like a vest. I don't believe he owned no shirts, which I ain't mad at though. And not on those type of, ooh, he look good, but he do look good. On some type of, your body might not look like that forever. Flaunt it while you got it. Okay? Because we all gonna get old. We all gonna get old. And it's a lot of superstars that can upkeep the fitness regimen. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, your muscles get softer. Your skin gets looser. We get older. So if I had that, like that, or Jade or Bianca type, or Jordan type, I wouldn't wear no shirt. No, I'm lying. I'm lying because I like to be 100% cute and comfortable. So, like, the other day I had on a little crop top shirt, but I had on sweats, and the shirt, like, bottom of the shirt matched the top of the, like, I can go out looking bummy in my clothes as long as my hair is done. I've always had that mentality. Or I'll be cute and conservative, so everything is covered for the most part. But I'm still cute. So, I don't know. It is. So then Jevon instead came out, and I'm so excited. I was so happy because I've been rallying for him for the past 6 months to a year on SmackDown, especially after he had the matches with Dragon Lee. I was like, why is he not on TV? Like, get this man on TV, please. And honestly, I feel like if it's a fit for you to stay there, then stay there. Like with Baron was on Raw. He ain't have, I was trying to figure out why he was still there. They sent him to NXT to redevelop himself, did a great job. Sent him back up to SmackDown. He was on the first 3 weeks. We ain't seen him since. Okay. Ridge is down in NXT doing his thing. Butcher goes back and forth. But Ridge goes down doing his thing. I feel like if they could put you in more storyline and you feel like you'll be on TV more and your pay is the same, So all you're doing is going up the street. If you live in Florida, depending on where you live in Florida, you ain't got to travel too far, and you only got to go somewhere once a week, maybe sometimes on a Saturday, and doing PLEs. I would stay in NXT. Like, why would I want to be drafted on the main roster, not unless you can guarantee that I'm gonna be a Braun Breaker, a Dragon Off, a Tiff, a Lyra. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's no a Carmelo. There's no point in me being up there then. Because I forgot Dijak was drafted, and Kiana James, and she got injured because she's been doing dark matches. But I forgot Dijak was drafted until he had mentioned that he got drafted to Raw, and then they let him go. And I was like, why would you draft someone if you ain't had no intentions of putting them in a storyline? Like, to me, that makes no sense. Or putting them on TV. At least once. Even if I come on TV once every 4 weeks, I'm still on TV once a month. You know what I'm saying? Like, to not have me on TV at all, but have me drafted is crazy. You might as well not even draft me and just be like, hey, we did everything we can do. I'm going to pay you out 2 weeks severance or whatever. Your next paycheck. This is where this ends. If we feel the need that you need to, or that we want you to come back, we'll give you a shout out, or your manager or whoever. This is just the informal version. But other than that, we gotta let you go. I would take that over me going somewhere and sitting and sitting and sitting and sitting and sitting, and then not being used. And then you sit and you sit, and then your salary is going down even though you're getting paid the same, because you're not on TV, so people forget that you're there, and then they don't buy your merch, which you get a percentage of. So that sucks. But yeah, that match was great. And this is why I love, like I said, the first match set the tone. The last match was really good too, set the tone. And it really well. And then I'm trying to figure out, excuse me. I think it was what? Yeah, so the match was going really well, and at one point in time, Nathan was in the match for a while, and so hold on, I got it. My brain is all over the place in this match. I just remember them having a really good fight. It was going back and forth. Jevon hit this mean cutter on, was it Nathan? From like out of nowhere. Like one of the best cutters I've seen this week. One of the better. Him and Chris B, get well soon, had the 2 best cutters this week. Okay. Then yeah, and then I remember towards the commercial, Sam was in a ring, like waving, and then Jevon sit like this on his stomach, kicking his legs. I was crying. I said, not you sitting there kicking your legs like you 5, okay? Then they come back. The match continues. I think Frazier and them had took over. I think FrAxiom took over. And my eyes itching real bad. And then like he didn't want to tag Axiom in. Frazier didn't want to tag Axiom in, even though Axiom had his hand out, and they were in that corner. So, Vic and Booker had called it out because it was like, I think Nathan made that, or went to Ava and made the match without consulting Axiom and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, it's cracks in their alliance. And I was like, if you're going to do all that and want to do this match to prove that you can do it by yourself, you might as well be by yourself. Like, what's the point of not tagging him? So I think Axiom like he slapped his back or something to tag himself in. And I think Jevon had came close to pinning him, Axiom, and then because Jevon had came close to pinning Axiom. He had Axiom pin. Frazier wanted to break it up. Oh, my eye is like really irritating me. Wanted to break it up and said held him back, and I said, good job. And then what else happened? Yeah, so I think during that time, this is the time when Wesley had came out dressed like Where's Waldo with a chair. So I said, why is he coming out with this chair, right? Come out, Jevon see him, he beats the hell out of him all the way up the ramp to the back. Okay, before that, because now my brain is thinking about the whole thing. Before that, they had, was it before that? Or was it during? No, I think it was during this. The refs had, like told him, like, move, whatever. And, they went out to the parking lot, and we see Liv and Raquel, and Liv swinging the bat and laughing, and Rhea's on the side of the car, like, bloody, tore up, whatever. And Booker looked actually concerned, and blue fits with him. Remember, I was like, this kind of blue, you can't go wrong. None of the people on the roster, any of the three, could go wrong with this kind of blue. I have not seen a person, this kind or the royal blue. I have not seen a person that has worn the blue, and I'd be like, that don't work. It's worked for every person, from commentator to manager to superstar. Okay. And so they said they sent her somewhere and she should be fine or whatever. It was like, Rhea gonna get her book back. I said she's gonna do more than that. If anything, that's gonna cause. If she gets her look back at Crown Jewel, Liv is definitely losing. Second of all, when I saw Liv swing that back and she walked past, I said, and this is why I said last year, before Yoga 2 even came out, that, and before Homegirl made Barbie, that if y'all needed a replacement Harley Quinn, Liv would be that girl. Okay? The way she swung that bat solidified it, because you know Harley has a bat. I said, y'all messed up, DC Universe, when y'all picked Gaga to be in Joker 2. And I know sometimes you got to audition, but sometimes you don't. If the director be like, hey, I want Gianna to play Harley Quinn, Liv could have played Harley Quinn. Okay? Like, first of all, she got the right amount of crazy in her persona. And that's not even persona. That's just how she acts. Because I've seen Total Divas, okay? And then I've seen her up, down, down. That is she acts like that, okay? It's certain people that you be like, their persona in them is real thin to tell apart. And then some of them not even using a persona, that's just who they are. Liv's one of the people that don't use one. Rhea says hers is Demi, but more confident, like times 10. Okay? It's somebody else that was like, their persona is basically like kind of who they are, but more confident. But I was like, she got the right amount of crazy. She definitely could have played Harley Quinn the way she is with Dirty Dom. Like, I don't know, she got a manager. They dropped the ball, and so did DC. Okay? Liv should have been Harley Quinn. If not, put her in the next. If they make a Birds of Prey 2, put her in that. Okay? That's her name. How you say the name? Maggie Robert? Margot? Robbie, Margot Robbie, is that her name? She she could retire Holly. We got the replacement. Okay. So while he's out, Jevon is out beating Wes. Ced is in there doing his thing. He holding it down. He done put Nathan down. He almost got it again. The crowd was going crazy. And then after that, everybody's like, where is Jevon at? And then Nathan kicks out. And then, of course, the power of numbers. They end up retaining the title. But when I saw that, I said, and this is why I said he shouldn't have been on TV 6 months ago. Okay? Somebody gonna listen to me. I don't even know if I'm cross-eyed with these glasses off because I can't see nothing. But so then I think after that, I went upstairs, came back. Ethan was out there, and I think Ethan was talking to Ridge, and they were having a conversation. And then Bubba had came out. They played his music, and he was talking to Ridge about how disrespectful and stuff he was. And they ended up jumping because it threw me off for a second because I left again and came back and saw dress shoes. And I said, who is beating up somebody in dress shoes? And it was Ethan. So when that was going on, Trick's music came out. He comes to help. And then they come off and Trick was like, oh, because before that, Bubba ate Ridge up when he said, I've had more championships than you've had championship shots. I said, dang, you ain't have to say that. It's like, you ain't have to eat like that, okay? So then he was like, so I guess the girls got mad. I guess they got mad, okay? And then so Bubba was like, hey, Trick, you still want that match? And people were like, ooh, yes. And he was like, me, you, 2,300 against them two. And I said, so we definitely getting probably a table. I'm here for them. All the matches thus far for 2,300 next week is going to be off the chain. And then I was like, why is it on a Wednesday? But I forgot Tuesday is election day. Thank God, okay? I don't care what the political party is. I'm so tired of getting text messages and seeing these ads. I don't know what to do with myself, okay? I don't know what to do with myself. Last week, the people came knocked on my door because I hadn't voted yet. It's only early voting. I'm like, yes, I'm a vote. Then they came to the neighborhood again today. I'm like, first of all, if y'all got the information of who has not voted, why didn't y'all thoroughly look at the information and see, out of all these people that have not voted yet, who are the consistent voters? Because I'm a consistent voter. I vote for primaries. I vote for the House every 2 years. I vote for ever since I could vote. And I get twice as many texts because I'm unaffiliated. But I just, it's like, because I'm a vote on November 5th. I don't trust, I'm very superstitious about voting prior to. I think because the security is not as high as it needs to be on election day, that they do whatever with the ballots. No. I want the police and stuff to be there while I cast my vote so they could be watching the vote poll people. Okay? And I'm like, if you see that I vote, I'm a voter and I consistently vote, leave me the hell alone, please. Like, I'm ready for November 5th to be over with. But I can't wait for November 6th. It's going to be basically another PLE because all the matches are going to hit. They already hit, you know what I'm saying? And we ain't even seen them yet. And then after that, like Wes and Jevon was still, I think, fighting each other. And RVD looked at them after they was like, hey, break it up. And he said, oh, I know what I want to do for ECW. I said, that man going to be a special referee. And then he walked off. And I said, RVD, we know he's 420 friendly. I said, well, he looked like the uncle when he rode off in the outfit. He look like the uncle that be in the cookouts, that be sitting by the grill smoking, that tell you about the good old days. That's exactly what he looked like in that outfit. And he used to be one of my favorites on WWE, but they say, like you say, they say you getting old when your favorite celebrities and your heroes that you grew up watching either grow old too, or they die, or you watch your kids grow up. Or the new celebrities, you have no idea who they are. That's how you know you get old. Guess I'm fitting into that category. But anyways, I will see you guys all on Friday. I hope you have a good night. Y'all pray for me because my baby is still a little under the weather. And hopefully he sleeps through the night. Because if not, it's going to be a lot of getting up every couple hours again. Anyways, talk to you later. Bye.